So now, I'm going to show you the review of related literature that I've found related to my study and experimental assessment of the economic viability of agritourism integration for guest houses in the rural interior of southern Leyte. So I have at least 10 review of related literature. First is by Tano Sodibo 2020. So he said that one crucial aspect is the availability of accommodation that can meet the needs and desire of tourists. So this accommodation is important because tourists need to rest comfortably during their tour. And next is by Rihal and others, 2022. While tourists can be defined as individuals who travel from their place of residence to visit other locations with the intention of enjoying the experience of the trip. So first of all, agritourism plays the role of educating a city dweller about farming practices and rural lifestyle. So they provide information about the practice of sustainable agriculture and help to build an understanding of rural environments. In Checkar 2022 and Dani 2018. By integrating local communities into the tourism value chain, homestays create economic opportunities, empower local residents, and showcase rich cultural heritage. By Bata and Norman 2016, Dahal and Timalsina 2020. So next is facilities such as communication, transport, accommodation, and utilities in rural areas must be improved to support better. Dangi 2018 and Sheena and Sheila 2023. And through the integration of tourism into agriculture, agritourism helps to diversify farmers' income other than through conventional farming. This income is obtained from accommodation from farm stays, agricultural related travel tours, and also from the sale of farm products, thus supplementing economic sustainability in rural areas. Mahida 2023 and Shekar 2023. Next is from Gurung 2019. Many young individuals, instead of migrating to foreign countries in search of livelihoods, are now choosing to work in homestays within their own communities. So, since accommodation occupancy rates are also rising, but there are shortage house which is still inadequate. So, Deep Junior and others in 2022 explained that a feasibility study is an essential stage in business planning that requires a thorough analysis of the potential success of a business. These are my references. So here is the conceptual framework. The conceptual framework illustrates the relationship between key variables in the study. It serves as a visual guide for the experimental assessment of agritourism's economic viability. So the independent variables, the agritourism integration, like farm activities, for example, planting, harvesting, and feeding animals. Next is the food experiences, example, cooking local dishes, farm to table meals. Tours, example, guided visit to farms or nearby nature sites. And of course, the hands-on workshop, like for example, learning traditional farming or food preservation methods. These offerings aim to enhance the tourist experience and create additional income streams for rural accommodations. So next is the mediating variables, like the guest house capacity and management. So this means the ability of the guest house to handle more guests, manage farm activities, and deliver quality service. So, kasi poor capacity can limit success, even with good agritourism ideas. Next is the local community involvement. So the active participation, artisans and residents can enrich the tourist experience and ensure broader economic benefits. So lack of involvement may reduce authenticity and impact. Marketing and promotion. Tourists need to know about the offerings, effective marketing like social media, travel platforms, local tourism boards to help attract raise awareness of agritourism activities. Lastly is the tourism demand or interest. The success of agritourism depends on whether tourists are actually interested in farm experiences. So high demand will boost results, while low interest can limit them. And the dependent variable. So the economic viability of guest houses, like increase in income. So are guest houses earning more after offering farm-based experiences? And the occupancy rates are more books are rooms rather being booked compared to before. So the lengths of stay, are guests staying longer to participate in agritourism activities? And of course, the customer satisfaction. So are guests more satisfied with their stay due to the added experiences? So now is the theoretical framework. This study is grounded on a combination of interrelated theories that provide a lens for understanding the economic viability of integrating agritourism into guest house operations in the rural interior of southern Leyte. These theories guide the formulation of the research problem, the development of variables, and the interpretation of findings. So, the Sustainable Livelihood Framework. So this is applied to analyze how guesthouse operators in southern Leyte can utilize existing capital assets such as farmland, traditional farming knowledge, and community networks to diversify income through agritourism. The integration of agritourism is positioned as a livelihood diversification strategy that reduces economic vulnerability and promote resilience in rural areas. So the relevance to the study is this supports the idea of using local, often underutilized resources to generate new income streams, and frames agritourism as a sustainable practice that enhances rural livelihoods and strengthens financial capital, and of course, to provide a holistic understanding of the capacities and challenges faced by rural guesthouse operators. Next is the innovation diffusion theory developed by Everett Rogers. So agritourism is treated as an innovation in the hospitality and rural development landscape of southern Leyte. Understanding how guest house operators and local stakeholders adapt agritourism practices, considering factors such as perceived benefits, compatibility with existing values, and complexity is essential for assessing its potential for widespread implementation. So the relevance to the study is it frames the adoption process of agritourism innovations among rural entrepreneurs, and it identifies key factors influencing the success of resistance to agritourism integration, and of course, it informs recommendations on stakeholder engagement and capacity building strategies. So together, they establish a strong theoretical foundation for exploring how agritourism can be a viable, sustainable, and community inclusive approach to rural development.